How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 2 of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Still a terrible name. This episode is titled Alouette, which I think means lark in English. Interesting. But yeah, last episode was a pretty solid premiere. We got Daryl in France. We don't really know how he got to France, other than he was on a boat, and then he jumped off it at some point, and then he tied himself to a smaller boat, and then washed up on shore. And then he got knocked out by people that were conning him. He killed a person, pretty much immediately, and then he was taken to an abbey with a bunch of killer nuns. They were trying to defend the place from the guys that were looking for Daryl, because Daryl killed the guy with the tattoos' brother. We also met a kid called Laurent, who's apparently the Messiah, and is going to lead the revival of humanity. So basically, Isabelle wants Daryl to take Laurent to, I think, Paris, or somewhere north of Paris, to basically, like I said, lead the revival of humanity. Obviously, Daryl doesn't agree straight away until the guy with the tattoo comes to the abbey, and then the nuns do all their shit with killing his men. The guy with the tattoo got fucked up by Daryl quite a bit. He got shot like twice and is basically close to death, but not really. And then at the end of the episode, Daryl just kind of agrees to go with Isabelle to take Laurent to this place, wherever it is. And then the episode ended with the boat that Daryl was on, the captain of that boat, being interrogated by this woman. And she's going to be looking for Daryl, because apparently she's been testing walkers for something. We don't know what, but based off the promo, there's some running walkers. Or, well, I wouldn't say they're walkers, running zombies, right? We also got introduced to a new variant, which is apparently a burner. It's got acid or something in its bloodstream, which is very interesting. How? And apparently it can turn you too, because Daryl got burnt, and it can apparently spread and cause the fever to happen, which is kind of insane and very scary, because if you don't tell anyone, that's it. Or if you don't know, that's also it, because Daryl could have turned if he didn't get saved. But yeah, last episode I really enjoyed. Some of the shots, the set design, was just good, man. It felt like a decent first episode. And apparently, this episode is also an hour long, so hopefully that's a reoccurring thing throughout this show. An hour-long episode. Or hour-long episodes, should I say. Instead of it being 40 minutes or something. Because it does more justice to the 6-episode seasons, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm super excited to get into this episode. I don't really know what to expect with this one, because based off the promo, it kind of just showed the whole season. It didn't really show what's going to be in this episode, so maybe it'll surprise me. I don't know. The one thing I want to know, though, is how fucking Daryl ended up in France and, what happened on that boat. I need to see it, dude. Yeah, I mean, that basically sums it all up. So let's stop do-lallying around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode. Killer nuns, dude. Fair enough, that was basically a recap of episode 1. Paris. Flashback. An Isabelle flashback. The night of the outbreak, I assume. Hey, starting off with a banger of a song. Nice. Did she steal something? So she's going to think she's off her head when the walkers start showing up, or the runners, or whatever is in France. She's going to think she's on a really bad trip. She goes from this to a nun. Yep, she did steal shit. It's going to be some shit if they cut to the Eiffel Tower being destroyed or something. Like the before and after. There it is. It started, dude. That's terrifying. How the fuck did that happen? What? They're dead. Well, no. They're not. but they are. They're undead. I hate that cliche where they just... Oh! How did he... What? How did... How did that guy on the bike fall off? Oh. That was a flashback. Okay. She knows him. How did he find her? He punched it. See, I want more of this. Beginning of the outbreak stuff. Which is weird that we never got to see, like, in Dead City, we never got to see, like, New York fall. Missed opportunity there. Maybe in season 2. Cut to present day.
Right here. Paris, that's a straight shot.
The plan has changed. My mate Ollie's got a place in the door done. We can stay there as long as we want.
I need to change my clothes and go home.
Okay, it's okay. No problem. We'll do that.
Wait, people are just walking around the street?
The city's gone mental.
So I assume this guy isn't French. He doesn't sound French. Uh-oh.
Emmène voir maman. D'accord, elle va s'occuper de toi.
Can't see that kid's gonna be dead. He's gonna find that kid in this season. How the fuck is that on fire? What even happened, dude?
Monsieur Daryl, what kind of death would you prefer?
How about a quiet one?
We're scared of something, Daryl. Daryl, you've dealt with this before. Yep. Don't shooting's like the opposite of what you want to do.
No, it's okay. He's passing on them. He'll make it.
I mean, yeah, I guess. The only horse that managed to make it out. Donkey, whatever. Mule.
We need somewhere safe for the night.
Just tell him the truth.
You don't have children, do you?
No, but he raised a kid. Judith. Oh, it's Negan. He's here. Daryl's having flashbacks. Oh! Gas mask? Jesus, did Daryl... Again? So what's with the gas masks? Oh, nice. A walker hoop.
It was a preschool.
Hmm. And these are all the kids. I mean, I don't know how many years we went into the apocalypse at this point. It could be like 18.
Vous saurez me réciter la prière pour les parents de Saint-Joseph?
Ouvrez vos yeux de père sur les intérêts de...
Daryl's like, what the fuck is happening?
C'est une bonne sœur aussi?
Père Daryl?
Father Daryl.
Now we will to practice English. Out of respect for Father Daryl.
Convenient that everyone knows English.
Father Daryl.
Father Daryl. Ah.
How do you survive?
We hunt.
Not bad for being little road bandits.
You've done all of this by yourselves.
This is Madame Dubois,
What the fuck?
and our nurse. Teaches everything. When she got sick, 6 months.
6 months. This might make sense as to why Daryl was saying like a prayer in the preview.
And Father Daryl, you can come sit next to me.
Father Daryl.
One time, I walked backwards for 3 months.
You can sit there. That chair is for my brother.
I'm sorry about that. 2 of our brothers are off on a mission right now. Do you lead us in a prayer of thanks?
Nah. I'm curious what this prayer's gonna be.
I'm sure you have your reasons. Turning the whole world upside down. Maybe we deserve it. But not tonight. Amen.
I mean, to be fair, he probably learned a lot from Gabriel.
He lived in the castle near to here.
Does he got a mule?
He used them to take everything from the village, every house, and every shop.
Can you show me where this castle is?
It's too dangerous. We won't go there again.
No, but Daryl could go on his own.
I mean, if this guy raided all the drugstores, he's got all the medicine. I mean, you can pray all you like. She's gonna die without that.
I go too.
Well, no.
In the morning, go together.
Wouldn't it be better to go at night? Unless it takes, like, all day together. Because using the cover of darkness to get in and out would be better than going in the day. Ah, they got movies. And last time there was a movie, there was heads on pikes. That's Norman Reedus. Now they're powering it with the bike.
I could sleep on the floor.
That is big enough, it's fine.
Oh no. Daryl. Fandom's gonna be losing their mind over this.
It won't. We just need that horse. Look, we just need to get to the radio. It's too far to walk.
I feel sorry for them. Not to know what the world was like before.
You can't miss what you never had.
Words of wisdom from Daryl there.
Chez vous, aucun vol ne
No hoarding, no looting, no robbery will be allowed. Immediately happens though, doesn't it? There's robbery, there's hoarding, there's looting. Immediately.
We can get you to a doctor. You just need to tell
No,
me.
I only need a minute.
Pregnant? Well, that confirms it.
What's going on?
She's pregnant.
We can't take her with us in that condition. There's no baby hospitals. I fucking always take care of you.
F-bomb.
This will all be over. We're back in Paris in a few days, all right?
Like, you really think she'd just abandon her sister? Bye. Okay, he's gonna come back.
Hey, how did you come to France?
Just a bunch of bad decisions.
Long story.
Madame say family are the people that you're with.
She sounds like she was a good teacher.
She'll get better thanks to you.
That's not how it works.
We're almost there.
Yet again, why are you sticking to the path?
I see you. How did you find me so fast? It's not a good hiding place. He was a Herod who gave his life for free France. It sounds made up. It's not.
I mean, it probably is.
On se questionne, tu sais. Commence à se demander qui il est.
I've put it together, I think. Is Laurent her sister's son?
Et moi, chacun connaîtra sa place.
So she's the aunt. It's gotta be, yeah. I mean, why would it come back to this?
Vous aider.
That's not no. There's no one there. Just go. Fuck that. There's nobody there. Just go. Why is she getting out of the car? Vaughn. One shot, by the way. Oh. Every time I mention it's been one shot, they cut. Does the time frame work out for Laurent being her sister's kid? Like, does he look old enough? Oh. Why'd they only eat a little bit of it and then run away? Or walk away?
3 of us go. Only I came home.
Okay, why would you walk out in the open like that? What if there's a
Empty seats at
sniper?
the table.
No, why are you walking out in the open for? Go stick to the tree line, dude. The fuck? Ah. A walker moat. Smart. Damn, they drove a long way. From Paris to here?
J'ai dû me faire mordre tout à l'heure.
She got bit. How did she only just notice that? Adrenaline, I guess? I don't know.
Ça fait 7.
7 months. I guess you have to get the baby out soon then?
Tout à fait.
Because she's about to die. Name of the episode.
Remets-moi. Qui t'occupera de mon bébé?
The baby's Laurent. Hence why she keeps on lying to him.
You lied to me.
Yeah, will this work?
Huh?
We should see if we can find a bigger one.
You're making a lot of noise here. That's not gonna hold. Fuck off. What? Alright. There's a horse. There's no way Daryl's getting out of here without being seen. With his luck recently. Dungeon. Prison.
I speak English too. Please.
Conveniently.
Let's go, Hedgehog.
Where?
Back to school. Come on.
Back to school. Oh, fucking hell. If Daryl didn't have plot armor, that would have been it. How'd he miss? What? Does she not hear the shooting? Who the fuck? You see, this logic of a guy with a rifle staying in the same position even though he saw someone else leave is kind of dumb. Like, does he not care that Daryl got out?
Sick fuck. Move.
2 F-bombs in the episode.
You're American. Texas, the Lone Star State. You heard of that one, right?
You stole all this stuff from people who need it.
Yeah, he basically did a Morgan.
I ain't your fucking brother.
3 F-bombs.
Never laid a hand on that kid.
Never laid a hand on him. Shot at him though. Definitely American.
Hey, I'm begging you. I've got my wife and 4 kids waiting for me back home.
There ain't no home, asshole. East Coast, Midwest, even Texas.
He went to Texas? Jesus. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude.
If he tries anything, you shoot him.
Why would he leave the gun there? What did I say, Daryl? Why'd you leave the gun there? Oh. How is he getting out of this? Fuck off, he'd be dead. There was more around him than that. Behave. He literally landed on about 3 of them. I always hate that. The continuity is just so shit. It happened with Glenn in the dumpster. Like, Glenn fell away from the dumpster, and then his head was next to it. Like, what? But what are them walkers doing? They're not even moving. Are they chained up? Look, what are they doing in the background? Okay, but like, what about the ones that were behind him? What? How did they all die, though? You're telling me all of them... Alright, they got blasted back? Wait, so it was the brother that got her? The brother's down there, yeah.
You lied!
Seems like we're getting a reoccurring theme. Don't lie. Conveniently, though, he wasn't killed by Daryl. Daryl took it.
Isabelle, Lou.
Madame Dubois.
She's dead.
The meds were never gonna help her. I lied to you to get a horse.
The message of the episode is, don't lie. Or lie to get what you want, I guess.
My teacher is also with the angels.
What was the big reveal with the kid being in the hood? Like, oh my god, this ominous presence. Oh, it's just the brother looking for his brother. He's gonna walk. You're gonna get tired. That's not the end, is it? No. Oh, he's back. Why would he come back? He got shot twice, didn't he? Yeah, he got shot in the arm and the leg.
I don't make it back.
Fuck's sake, dude. Somehow he's gonna make it to Paris, even though he's fucking limping. And he needs a cane to walk, basically. Like, what? This must fucking suck for her. Her temperature's probably high as shit, and she's giving birth at the same time. Dead. She's dead.
Some adults speak truth. Some children don't need to be treated like that.
You're not like other children.
So he's only special because he survived this. Turn? No, she's turned. She turned that quick? Wait. So the bit... Wait, she turned that quick? I mean, I guess. But like... Alright. The baby became him.
No one ever called me special when I was a kid.
But I guess the blood would still be flowing, right? If she's only just turned. I wouldn't say it's a miracle, it's just... She only just died. But the fact that she's giving birth 2 months early and the baby's fine. Like, what? It looked healthy, it's crying. I mean, she went through it in the past like 24 hours. The outbreak started, her sister died, and now she's got a nephew. Ah, yes, the big reveal. It's him. That baby looks extremely healthy for being 2 months early. Maybe she lied about how many months she was pregnant for. Oh!
Did it your way.
Oh, we're getting Paris next episode?
Just stop lying to him. He deserves to know who he is.
Oh, God.
I don't need a hero.
Burners. Fallers.
Him until the world ended.
It's nice to know we're getting Paris next episode. It's pretty cool. Another episode of Daryl Dixon down. I will say, this episode was much weaker compared to the first episode. Mainly because we didn't go anywhere. Right? Like, if you think about it, we started off on the road with a mule heading to Paris, right? And then the end of the episode, we're in the exact same place. We've got a new horse, and we're heading to Paris. Nothing changed. There were some character moments, but this is the thing that pisses me off with a lot of shows. You can have character moments and push the story forward. But outside of that, the only important parts of this episode were in the flashbacks, which were cool. I like the flashback stuff. Everything else just felt unimportant, you know? Like, it was like, oh, okay. It's just Laurent doesn't fit in with the kids. Daryl is lying to get what he wants. Like, he's more of an experienced survivor, right? Like, he understands what's happening. And then you also had a very dumb set piece, which didn't make any fucking sense, because he landed on about 5 walkers. There was about 16 to 17 around him, but they didn't go towards him, they just stood there. I fucking hate that. It pisses me off. It's so dumb. Why do it? Why do stuff like that? It's cool. Like, they think it looks cool, but it doesn't. Like, the walkers need to be a little bit more active. Like, he landed, stabbed one, and then got up. Or kicked one away and then got up. He would be fucking surrounded by them. I know people are going to say, like, oh, but they got distracted by the other guy. Like, he landed on the floor. The guy on the rope, he was hanging up high. They would obviously go for Daryl more. That's what makes no sense with, like, the walkers and stuff. They're kind of, like, all over the place. Like, some go for this sound, some get distracted very easily. For instance, the horse or the mule. The walkers killed that, but then walked away from it, like only eating a little chunk of it. It makes no sense. I'm definitely being a little bit more critical with this episode, but I don't get the writing with Isabelle not telling Laurent about her being his aunt. Like, logic, writing, just leave the fucking room, because what purpose does that serve? What's lying to him achieving? Nothing. It's literally a plot point, because later on in the season, the truth is going to come out, Laurent is going to run away, and they're going to go look for him, and then when they find him, it's going to be this big reveal that he's been bit, and then he's going to die. Or something like that, or someone's going to die as they're looking for him. Because it just makes no sense as to why she's lying to him. Like, logically, what purpose does it serve? It doesn't serve any purpose, it's just stupid. And by the way, they were really nailing home that people were lying this episode. Like, I don't even know what the message was there. Like, just like, yep, lie to get what you want. Lying's a bad thing. Like, lying to the brother about what happened is a bad thing, but at the same time it's also good because it helps you. I don't get it. It was weird with that stuff, but yeah. And I've been a bit critical, but the best part is the flashbacks. And even they fell flat once you figured out what the flashbacks were for, you know? Because like, oh, I see what they're doing. But when you figure out the big plot twist halfway through the episode, it's not a great plot twist. Especially since it's only episode 2, so it's not this big reveal of anything like that. You know? It's just like, oh, that makes sense. It lines up. Actually, no, it doesn't. Because how old is Laurent? He's about, what, 11, 12, something like that? He looks it. Because here's Negan's set 12 years into the apocalypse. Right? And that was at the end of season 10. Here's Negan had, like, 3 flashbacks in the episode. It had, like, the first flashback where Negan was being held hostage. Then the second flashback where it was, like, a few weeks before that. Then it had another flashback which was, like, set 6 months before that. So at the end of season 10, it's about 12 and a half years into the apocalypse. And then on top of that, you've got season 11, which has a 6-month time jump in between the Reaper storyline and Daryl being outside Hilltop. Then you've got the year time jump at the end of season 11, and then you've got however long in between the end of season 11 and this is set, right? It's definitely not accurate, because there's no way Laurent is like 11 or 12, because that doesn't add up. But I guess you could just sum it up to lazy writing, right? Like, that's the best excuse, I think. They obviously don't pay attention to the timeline. I mean, they didn't once they said here's Negan was 12 years in. It's like, no, it isn't. It should be like 9 or 10, but whatever. I could also see there being a lot of, like, comparisons to Last of Us with this episode, because of the ending and the baby being born and all that, because it's very similar to what happened to Ellie in the TV show version, because that didn't happen in the game, which is a superior version of The Last of Us. But like, the reason I think people are going to compare it is because of that. It's very similar, but at the same time it's not, because Walking Dead already did this with Laurie. Right? Laurie died, then Judith was born. Because how can it be similar to Last of Us if Laurent isn't proven to be immune? If he's immune, then sure, you've got a case there. But if he isn't, which he probably won't be, because we've proven many times before in the Walking Dead universe, when they set up a cure storyline, fucking facts and logic hit, and it's like, yep, ain't happening. Because it'd be stupid. It's too late into the game to even bother doing a cure storyline. And why would you do it in a spin-off and not the main show? I just feel like this episode only exists because they need to get to the 6th episode mark. You know? There was character moments, but you can have character moments and push the story forward. If they got to Paris this episode, that would have actually been 100 times better. But instead, we take a pit stop at this weird school just to get another horse. Like, that's the whole plot. I will say there's a lot of conveniences in this show. A lot of the characters speak English. There's another American, which isn't unlikely, but why is this random American in this castle conveniently an American that's attacked by Daryl, who is also an American? Like, it's just, there's a lot of conveniences in this show, and I don't buy it. Daryl saying he saw that film with Merle, like that exact film. Like, okay, convenient. The one film that you watched as a kid is the film that is in France. Alright, that's my point. A lot of this show just seems very convenient and very plot armory. I know I'm shitting on the episode quite a bit, but it's just how I feel on it, personally. I don't think this episode was as good as the first. The first episode was so good, man. And you've got the guy with a tattoo now looking for Daryl, and somehow he's going to find them. Like, he knows where they're going, but he's going to find them incredibly quickly. Because apparently you can go from Paris to the Abbey within a day, based off the flashbacks, which I guess is plausible, but also not, because the amount of traffic that they'd be trying to get out of Paris. Sure, I guess, I don't know. But I just wasn't enthralled by the episode, right? Like, it did its job, but it definitely just feels like we need 6 episodes. Just do this with this one. The only important thing should be the flashbacks. That's the vibe it gave off anyway. Because the logic of her lying to Laurent serves no purpose. There's no reason for it. It's lazy. Lazy writing. It's literally done just for some conflict later on in the season for no reason. Like, genuinely, I want to know the purpose it serves to have her lie. I'm doing it to protect you. No, he's fucking seen some shit, dude. It doesn't matter. You don't need to protect him. From what? Like, having a family? Having people that he should love because, you know, you're his aunt? But instead you're lying to him for fuck knows why? I don't get it. I don't want to, like, shit on the episode too much, but the only thing I enjoyed was the flashbacks. Like, I enjoyed some of the Daryl stuff. You know, the F-bombs were great. We had, like, 3 of them. We had 1 in the flashback and then 2 from Daryl in the same scene. This episode's an hour long, which is great. Then you realise a lot of this hour is kind of wasted on stuff that doesn't matter that much. We're at the exact same place we started. But that's the definition of filler. Like, we haven't pushed the characters any further. We just know that, okay, Laurent is related to Isabelle. That's the only thing that changed. And she's lying to him still. And Laurent has figured that out. Like, oh, you're lying to me about these things. What else are you lying to me about? I guess, like, Isabelle doesn't want Daryl to leave, you know, because he wants to go home. Like, the look in her face said she didn't want him to leave. I mean, there's a season 2, so we know he's going to stay in France. Next episode definitely feels like it's going to be a bit better. Because we're in Paris, and I think that's their destination, right? Or is it further up? It might be further up north. But still, pretty close to where they are. They're, you know, 3 episodes in, we're already in Paris. I thought it would have took, like, the whole season to get there, but nope. Overall, I did find the episode fine. It did what it needed to do, I guess. Like, it told the big plot twist of Laurent being related to Isabelle. That was fine. But I don't know, I just wasn't a huge fan compared to the first episode. First episode was really good, and they couldn't follow it up, dude. Don't forget, this is just my opinion. Next episode could be fucking great. You know, this is 1 episode out of a 6-episode season. It didn't do it for me, but it was still a fine episode. It wasn't a bad episode, it just, I don't know, I think it could have been a lot better. Especially since there's a lot more issues with the writing this episode than last episode. Anyway, that basically sums it all up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.